I think these culture wars have gone too far. At the same time, I don't criticize those poor parents out there that have been ginned up. I've met a few of these parents. I went down
Glendale,
to Glendale, thank you. There's a lot of misunderstanding, misrepresentation out there because people are weaponizing these grievances against vulnerable communities led by DeSantis, led by Sarah Huckabee Sanders, led by Greg Abbott. They have a zest for demonization, and we need to call them out.
This video is brought to you by Pure Talk, brought to you by Pure Talk USA. Ladies and gentlemen, you're looking to save money on your cell phone bill. Look no further. Go to Pure Talk to find the greatest deals that I've ever seen. Think about this, $20 a month for a phone bill. Can you find it anywhere else, any other company? No, you cannot. Unlimited talk, unlimited text, plenty of 5G data on the most reliable network for $20 a month. Also, veteran-owned customer service right here in the United States of America. I have a Pure Talk phone. You can switch your phone and your phone number right over to Pure Talk and save today. Pure Talk saved the average family $900 a year. What are you waiting on? Dial pound 250 and say Brandon Tatum. That's pound 250 on your cell phone. Say Brandon Tatum or hit the link in the description section. Like and subscribe to the channel. Hit the bell so you get notification anytime I go live, make a video. Y'all already know what to do. Let's get into this.
I want to play a clip of the stupidest man in the world, not the deadest man in the world, the stupidest man in the world, which is Gavin Newsom, the governor of the state of California. I don't know what kind of crack y'all smoking. I don't know if the beach and the ocean got some chemicals that you inhaling every day to make people dumb enough. Not y'all, because y'all smart. I'm talking about your dumb neighbors that's voting for Gavin Newsom. Gavin Newsom is a snake oil salesman. He's a weenie, just like that fool in Canada, Trudeau. The dudes dress the same. They got like the same haircut, and they both skinny. I said this when I was out in Canada. I said I'll never say this publicly, but I said I would love to slap Trudeau, like man to man. Like me and him face to face. I just slap him and watch him not do anything and stand there like a punk. And cower. He probably start crying or something. That can't be the leader that leads your nation. Gavin Newsom and these other cowards are the same way. Man, if they were man to man with somebody and you say, man, I'm challenging you right here on the spot, they would cry, go get security, but then they don't want police present for your own personal protection, but they'll make sure they protect it. It's like these dudes are cowards, man. I want a stand-up dude. I want somebody that I know, even if you're the president, I'm like, look, that dude ain't just a politician. Like, he can, if it come down to, he'll fight. You know, leaders used to be like that. They used to go to war. You know, I don't know how much Winston Churchill was actually physically fighting, but some of these leaders used to go to war. They weren't just leading, like, I'll give you an example. What's his name that everybody hates? Robert E. Lee. These people weren't just standing around. They would lead in battle and fight and conquer, and that's how they got their status. They didn't just get their status because they were somebody's cousin, little brother, baby daddy, little sister, cousin them. They got status because they were actually battle tested, and those people were the leading other people. Nowadays, you know, these cowards will send you into a fight and get you beat up, and they sitting behind a whole bunch of security. But Trudeau is a coward. These people are cowards. They can't face the people. They sit behind laws and they do things that are untoward to the best interests of their own country and their own people. They deserve to be ousted from public office, impeached. They deserve to be out of there. Trudeau banning guns. He's an idiot. Biden trying to ban guns. You know, these people having talks of banning guns. These people are complete idiots. Just like being in California right now, it's kind of weird because I can't carry a gun nowhere. And if you transport, you driving from here to California, when you get into California, you have to have your gun locked away in a locked box, separate from the ammo in your car. It's like, bro, if something get jiggy on the side of the road right now, I ain't got a gun. I'm gonna have to go to the trunk, assemble my gun together to defend myself. By that time, you dead, brother. Anyway, let's play this clip from Gavin Newsom about the kids and the LGBTQ stuff, and this is why he's probably going to go to hell if he don't repent. Roll clip 3.
I think these culture wars have gone too far. At the same time, I don't criticize those poor parents out there that have been ginned up. I've met a few of these parents. I went down
Glendale.
to Glendale, thank you, and met with parents and teachers. It was Temecula, the school board I was referencing, but it was Glendale separate. And I met with the parents, and they were told all these. I said, I totally understand why you were out there. If I were told those things, I would have been out there too. So again, back to grace and humility. People are being ginned up. And so I'm not here to criticize them, but there's a lot of misunderstanding, misrepresentation out there because people are weaponizing these grievances against vulnerable communities led by DeSantis, led by Sarah Huckabee Sanders,
Look at this fool.
led by Greg Abbott. They have a zest for demonization. And we need to call them out. And we'll full loop on this. I know everybody wants to go. I saw a few heads turn, look and see if those drinks are still being But this is why California is so essential.
How is this man the governor of California? I just don't get it, man. I don't understand. Like, you guys have to understand that these people are con artists. How could the governor of California say, I understand what parents are going through out in Temecula and Glendale. I understand what the parents are going through because if I were told these things, I would be upset too. And in the same breath, out of the same mouth, say that this stuff is conjured up by people like Ron DeSantis. Like, bro, you can't be serious. You think Ron DeSantis is causing division and hate. Ron DeSantis is literally having to remove books from schools that are pushing pornography. They were reading books in some of these schools that's talking about fingering and masturbation and touching penises and all kind of stuff they got in elementary school. Brother, this is not somebody conjuring up something. This stuff is real. People are really, my friend the other day, John Amachuku, we were at the event talking about this. I did a video about his thing. He's in there, the book is so bad, he's just reading quotes from the book and they kicked him out of they had the police remove him from the council meeting, the school board meeting, because it was so horrifying to listen to, but it's okay for kids to have to read this stuff. The snake oil salesman in Gavin Newsom says, I understand your pain. This is what Democrats do. They weaponize empathy. I understand your pain. But then they turn around and lie to you about the people who are trying to educate you and people who are calling out the bullcrap for what it is. We shouldn't even have an argument about this. If your kid is transitioning, the parent should be the one having that conversation and be the final authority on the kid trying to transition. The parent, not the school. And nowadays in the school, and Gavin Newsom knows this, in the school, they want to make it to where your kid can say, I want to transition, and my parents don't like me, don't want me to transition. And the teacher will hide it from the parents. Y'all ain't talked to the parents one time. Mama probably don't even care if the kid transition. You can't listen to a kid tell you what they mama and them believe. Hold the phone. I'll be back after the break. Like, I don't understand how people even think this dude make any sense. You know, like I feel like I'm rational. When a Democrat say something that I think ain't all that is cracked up to be, I'll just say it. Like that wasn't that bad. Like conservatives are jumping over the hill over this, and it's not even that bad. But when it comes to these school districts, I just don't understand why people can't just do what's right instead of trying to be political. None of this stuff is really political. It's like, hey, bro, it don't make sense to teach middle schoolers about, oral sex. That just don't make sense. They kids, they young. They should be learning about a whole range of other stuff, because if you start introducing these sexual things to these kids without their parents having any guidance or having any real knowledge and understanding of how you're portraying this to their children, you're setting them up for the twist. These kids ain't thinking about touching each other like that, but then you introduce that, then they start thinking about it. It's like, it's very clear, man. It's not unless there's something in the water. Why are all these kids gay now? Why are all these people trans now? It's either something in the water or is nurtured into kids to be confused. Your kid come to you and say, Daddy, I think I'm a girl. Well, you ain't. Just like my kid come to me and think he's Superman, but you ain't. You jump off of this building, you're going to be dead. You think you're going to go into the world like a woman, you got a penis, boy. You ain't a woman. Instead of us trying to capitulate or acquiesce, why don't we just tell them the truth? Hey, bro, you can feel how you feel. You feel like a girl? What does that mean, bro? How do you know what a girl feel like? Oh, you feel like what you think a girl will feel like. Oh, okay, that's a different story. We having a different conversation. Well, just because you feel like on the inside what you think a girl will feel like don't mean you're a girl. And don't mean you got to be a girl. Don't mean you have to be you have to transition. Bro, you can like stuff that girls like. That's fine. That don't mean you got to be laying up with another man. Like this plus this don't have to equal this. Yeah, you're not attracted. You're not as attracted to women. Maybe you're attracted to men. That don't mean you need to sleep with them. Can you have a real conversation with your doggone kids? Look, my son came to me and said, Dad, I'm gay. All right, I get it. Not in my house. You be gay when you 18. You do what you want to do. You in my house, you ain't doing no gay stuff. What does it mean to be gay before you're a grown adult? You ain't having sex. What you mean you gay? Bro, you go in there and focus on your schoolwork. Get your sports together. Become a better person. Work on yourself. What do you mean you gay? You shouldn't even be dating anyway with nobody. You need to be focused on yourself. People be letting their kids fall in love at 14. What do you know about love at 14? Y'all don't know. You don't even know. You can't even clean your room up without me begging you 100 times. What you know about falling in love with somebody? Get your stuff together, and when you 18, man, you can be gay, you can be trans, you can be whatever you want, and I won't accept it. I still love you, but you ain't finna come to my house dressing up like a girl. I love you. Do what you want to do. Hey, live your life, man. I love you. You need something from me, I'll be there for you. But I don't want you coming to my house dressed like no girl. If you don't come to my house, then that's fine. We can talk on the phone. I don't want that. Have enough respect for your father. Have enough respect for your parent to respect their feelings too. This is a thing that pees me off about people. It's like the kid always wins. You know why I don't do certain things? Because I don't want to disrespect my father. That's why I don't do certain things. Can that be enough for a kid to sit down and say, I respect my mother and father enough not to embarrass them by my actions? They don't have to acquiesce to everything I do. If I decide to go off and be a homosexual or something, like, I mean, look, I got to think about my father too, right? If I was going to be gay or something like that, I have to consider, what is that going to do to my father's reputation? Can you consider that too? What is that going to do? What is that going to do to my mother? Can I consider that too? Can I say, man, y'all raised me, I have enough respect for y'all before I go out and make the decision? Can I talk to you about it? And if my mama told me that I don't want you to do X, why can't a kid say, okay, just for my mama, because I love my mama and I appreciate my mama, I'm not going to live that lifestyle because that'll hurt my mama. Why can't we do that? It's always got to be the kids that run the whole thing. No, man, you got to have respect for your when I was growing up, we called your T. Jones. You got to have respect for your mama and your daddy. Your daddy a pastor and you want to be so selfish, you want to be trans. You're embarrassing your father. Do you really need to be trans? Do you really need to convert a transition? Do you really need it? Is it that serious? That's just like cheating. Sexual stuff is sexual stuff. It don't matter if it's gay or straight. Brother, you gonna like for me, I'm a good looking man. I got Riz. For the young kids, I got Riz. I'm very popular. There's probably a lot of women that want to sleep with me. I'm just being honest. But man, ain't no way in the world am I gonna, it doesn't matter. I may see a woman, I'm like, oh man, she fine. Boy, that she look good right there. That ain't got nothing to do with reality. The reality is I will never put my family, my wife, my reputation at risk because a girl fine. And because she attracted in the back of your mind, you got to bring that Jesus Christ up because your mind can go somewhere else. Think about other people. It ain't all about you. Hold the phone. I'll be back after the break.